Hello everyone, this is Sakshi. You're watching Inventor Up and this is the crucial hour at 8. News from 8 to 8. Looking first at the national news, Aryan Khan walks out of jail nearly a month after arrest in the drugs on cruise case. Aryan Khan, the son of Bollywood star Shah Rukh Khan, was released from the Arthur Road prison today, nearly a month after being arrested by the Narcotics Control Bureau or NCB in connection with the drugs on cruise case, which has been in the spotlight since the first day due to the evidence gathered and the central agency's investigative approach. India sees significant dip in daily COVID death toll at 549, new infections at 14,313. According to the Union Ministry, India saw a significant dip in its daily death toll due to coronavirus disease on Saturday after 549 fatalities were registered in the last 24 hours, taking the overall toll to 4,57,740 of health and family welfare. On Friday, 805 deaths were reported and 733 patients succumbed to COVID-19 on Thursday. On Saturday, Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi Vadra attacked the Yogi Adityanath-led Uttar Pradesh government, alleging that the state's people are suffering due to the loot of electricity bills. Gandhi assured the loot would end once Congress party comes to power in the upcoming Uttar Pradesh assembly polls slated to be held next year. Arunachal River turns black, thousands of fish die. Local blame China, says report. The officials in Arunachal Pradesh East Kemeng district have said total dissolved substance or TDS level has turned the water of the river black. The locals claim the TDS level went high due to China's construction activities being carried out across the border. Pune Airport was closed from October 16 to October 29 to complete the runway resurfacing work. Indian Air Force or IAF, which manages the runway operations, had said earlier this month that due to the rapidly deteriorating condition of the runway, its resurfacing had become urgent. You are only making Modi stronger, says West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. On Saturday, Trinamool Congress or TMC Supremo and West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi will only be more powerful because the Congress is not serious about politics. Speaking at a TMC event in Goa, Mamata also accused the main opposition party at the national level of not taking decisions, adding that the country is suffering because of that. Karnataka revives its stand on Rohingyas in Supreme Court in less than 3 weeks after the Karnataka government told the Supreme Court that it does not intend to deport or take any coercive action against Rohingya Muslims. The state government has filed a fresh affidavit, leaving it open for the court to determine the action to be taken against these refugees. Bengal turnout crosses 34%, big battles for BJP Congress. The voting in by-polls to 3 Lok Sabha constituencies and 30 assembly seats spread across 13 states, and 1 union territory is being held on Saturday. The poll is expected to continue till 6 p.m. Villagers opposed the opening of Hasdeo Aran forest for coal mining in Chhattisgarh. The grant of Stage 2 or final forest clearance to Parsa open cast coal mine in Chhattisgarh's Hasdeo Aran region has led to widespread protests by the affected villagers. 10 villages along with farmers and environmental groups are in Delhi to register their opposition to the opening up of 841.538 hectares of forest land which supports their livelihoods and the opening up of Hasdeo Aran forests. China will take 1/3 of carbon space by 2030, India 7%, says CSE. China will take away almost 1/3 of the remaining global carbon space between 2020 and 2030, and India just 7%, says a new analysis by Center for Science and Environment or CSE, based on trajectory of climate change causing emissions from across the world. India Atmanirbhar this Diwali, Chinese exports set to suffer 50,000 crore losses. CAIT Secretary General Praveen Khandelwal said a recent survey conducted by the body's research arm in 20 distribution cities showed that so far no orders for Diwali goods, firecrackers or other items have been placed with Chinese exporters by Indian traders or importers. Need to revive ridership in COVID-hit public transport. Experts noted that the COVID-19 pandemic has adversely impacted the public transport system, including the metro network, that is incurring huge losses due to continuing travel restrictions. BJP Kisan Morcha to hold meeting in Delhi today. People familiar with the matter told news agency ANI on October 13 that the likely impact of the farmers' protest on the elections is to be held in different states next year might be discussed in the meeting. PM Modi calls Pope Francis in Vatican. Ahead of the historic meeting, Foreign Secretary Harshvardhan Shringla on Friday said that the Prime Minister will have a separate meeting with the Pope. PM Modi says had great interaction with members of Indian diaspora in Italy in Rome last evening. I had a great interaction with members of the Indian diaspora in Italy, those who are studying about India and those who have developed a close bond with our nation over the years. It was wonderful to hear their views on diverse topics, he said in a tweet. NDPS court grants bail to 7 more accused cruise drugs case. The NCB had claimed that it had arrested Archit Kumar based on the statements of Aryan Khan and Arbaz Merchant. The agency has alleged that he used to supply drugs to Aryan Khan. Moving on to international news, UK evacuates the first group of LGBT plus Afghans since the Taliban's takeover. The first group of LGBT Afghans to be helped by the UK government to leave Afghanistan since the end of the evacuation arrived in Britain on Friday to start their new lives, according to an official statement on Saturday. US watchdog says Pentagon State Department concealing Afghanistan data. The full picture of what happened in August and all the warning signs that could have predicted the outcome will only be revealed if the information that the Departments of Defense and State have already restricted from public release is made available, said John Sokpo, the Special Inspector General for Afghanistan Reconstruction. US allies fret Biden may change nuclear policy, adopt the no first use approach. US allies hope US President Joe Biden will clarify his views on US nuclear policy at the G20 summit. There is concern the US could adopt a no first use policy, eliminating allies' atomic umbrella. 12 states sue Biden administration over COVID-19 vaccine rule. The states asked a federal judge to block Biden's requirement that all employees of federal contractors be vaccinated against the coronavirus, arguing that the mandate violates federal procurement law and is an overreach of national power. US spy agencies say they may never be able to identify COVID-19 origins. US spy agencies believe they will not produce a more definitive explanation for the origin of COVID-19 without new information demonstrating that the virus took a specific pathway from animals to humans or that a Wuhan laboratory was handling the virus before COVID-19 surfaced. Prince Andrew never sexually assaulted Americans, says the lawyer. In papers filed in Manhattan Federal Court, an attorney for Andrew said the plaintiff, Virginia Gifford, may well be a victim of sexual abuse at the hands of financier Jeffrey Epstein. Nearly 40,000 people inoculated daily against COVID-19 in Afghanistan. UNICEF and partners are supporting a massive COVID-19 vaccination campaign targeting people in urban locations. This campaign started on October 16 in 14 provinces. It started in the southern region a day later, UNICEF's representative in Afghanistan, Salam Al-Janabi, said. The US clears Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine for children aged 5 to 11. The emergency authorization announced on Friday in a statement by the Food and Drug Administration or FDA brings the US a step closer to shots being administered at schools, pediatricians' offices, and pharmacies around the country. Uyghur organs harvested in China's black markets. Liver on sale for $160,000. The series of human rights abuses allegedly committed by the government of China against Uyghurs and other ethnic and religious minorities in the country's Xinjiang region has once again come to a spotlight. A report claimed that Beijing is making billions of dollars on the black market by forcibly harvesting the organs of its vulnerable minorities, an alarming allegation that, if proved true, would expectedly lead to a call for action from the international community. Biden tells Macron US he was clumsy in the submarines deal. A diplomatic row erupted last month after Australia pulled out of a multi-billion-dollar submarine deal with France in favor of an alternative one with the United States and Britain. Moving on to technology and lifestyle, looking both back and forward this week's Tech Tent has a nostalgic feel. It was recorded in the dim, distant past when Meta was called Facebook and faced huge reputational problems. The world in 2031. Will robots take over most tasks from manual workers over the next decade? Will we find innovative new energy sources to help us battle climate change? And will all be living in the virtual worlds? TechTent gets out its crystal ball and asks some big thinkers to work out what the world will look like in a decade from now. Twitter Blue announces labs to let users have early access to new features. Microblogging site Twitter has created a new way for some users to check out new features before anyone else. The company has announced that subscribers enrolled in the Twitter Blue service will get early access to some new features under a new lab panel. Twitter explained in the thread that Labs is our way of sharing some of the newest features we are building so you'll have it before everyone else. New OnePlus 7 series update fixes call screen lag issue. OnePlus has started rolling out a new update for its OnePlus 7 series, which will fix the call screen lag issues on OnePlus 7 and OnePlus 7 Pro. The update is expected to roll out for the OnePlus 7T as well. Apple objects to links to outside payments ahead of Epic Games hearing. Apple Inc. on Friday outlined its objections to allowing app developers to link to third-party payments options ahead of a hearing next month that could determine whether a set of antitrust court orders is put on pause. Flipkart's Big Diwali Sale 2021 offers on phones, laptops and earphones. Flipkart runs a Big Diwali sale on the platform, offering significant discounts on several devices. If you have been waiting for the festival sale to buy a laptop or phone or wireless earphones, then you can check the best deals below. How Apple is gaining smartphone customers during a chip shortage. According to data providers, Apple Inc. is eating into its rival smartphone market share as the iPhone maker navigates through a global chip crunch better than other mobile phone makers. Moving on to sports, Kashmiri girl Tajamul Islam wins World Kickboxing gold. Tajamul Islam 13 is the first Kashmiri girl to have represented India and won the gold medal in the under 14 age category in World Kickboxing Championship held at Cairo in Egypt on October 22nd. She was born in Tarpura, a remote village in North Kashmir's Bandipora district, 56 kilometers from Srinagar. England faces traditional rivals Australia in a high-voltage clash. The Ashes is the holy grail for any England or Australian cricketer, but that's 6 weeks away. Moreover, much of the England squad who will face Australia in the T20 World Cup on Saturday in a Super 12 Group 1 clash do not play red ball cricket. Only 5 of them, Johnny Bairstow, Jos Buttler, David Malan, Chris Woakes and Mark Wood, will be in Australia, yet both teams would like to score some brownie points in the blockbuster clash. Asif Ali blows Afghanistan away with a sixer blitz. The Afghan warriors did their best, but this is a Pakistan team of rare quality. They know how to eke out a result in their favour when things are spiralling out of control, and that's the trait of a champion team. How many times before Friday had you heard of Asif Ali? Captain Babar Azam said that he is their designated finisher after taking Pakistan past the finishing line against New Zealand. Afghanistan spinner Rashid Khan becomes the fastest player to reach 100 T20 international wickets. Afghanistan's star spinner Rashid Khan on Friday became the fastest bowler to take 100 T20 international wickets. Rashid achieved the feat during the match against Pakistan in the ongoing T20 World Cup. The Afghanistan spinner dismissed Pakistan all-rounder Mohammad Hafiz to reach the milestone. Shakib Al Hasan, Lasith Malinga and Tim Southee are the players who have 100 T20 wickets. MCA honours Gavaskar with hospitality box, Vengsarkar with stand. On Friday, the Mumbai Cricket Association or MCA honoured two of India's greatest cricketers, legendary Sunil Gavaskar and Lord of Lords Dilip Vengsarkar, at a gala function at their home ground, the iconic Wankhede Stadium. The cricket body first presented a hospitality box to the 72-year-old Gavaskar, who made his Test debut on March 6, 1971, at the Port of Spain against the mighty West Indies. New Zealand proved you don't need sledding in your armoury to succeed, Greg Chappell. Former Australia skipper Greg Chappell says, World Test champions New Zealand has shown that a team doesn't need to resort to sledding to succeed in international cricket. New Zealand, now the reigning world champions of Test cricket, have proven beyond any doubt that it just isn't something you need in your armoury to succeed. Chappell wrote in his book Not Out, the extracts of which were published in Age.com. Sindhu storms into semis, Lakshya exits from French Open. India's double Olympic medalist PV Sindhu continued her impressive run at the French Open badminton tournament by sailing into the women's singles semi-finals with a straight game win against her Thailand opponent on Friday. The 26-year-old from Hyderabad had beaten Busanen at Denmark Open also last week. Afghanistan makes a plea to fans after crowd chaos during the Pakistan game. On Friday, Afghanistan skipper Mohammad Nabi pleaded for a T20 World Cup calm after thousands of ticketless fans tried to storm the Dubai stadium for the high-profile clash against neighbours Pakistan. All tickets had been sold for the game, but the chaos meant that many fans who had bought tickets were prevented from entering. Nabi asked Afghan fans to buy tickets to watch the team's remaining matches in the tournament. England is still looking for the right gesture against racism. T20 World Cup began, the England team had plans to protest racism and any form of discrimination by wearing t-shirts with messages. However, when they arrived in the UAE, they were told by the International Cricket Council or ICC that they would not wear those t-shirts. This is Sakshi from Inventiva Studios signing off. Till then, good night and do subscribe to our channel for daily updates.